hey, how can we partner up together? How can we work together? So finding the right collaboration partner is going to be really, really important. And then being very clear on how you are going to successfully collaborate. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. Becky here with you. I am really excited to wrap up the month of April and dive into May with you here today. A little spoiler alert, inside our Modern Direct Seller Academy, we have declared May the month to collaborate. So we have a fun theme happening called May I Collaborate. It should be a lot of fun. Lots of prizes, point systems, collaborations, coffee chats, all the things to find the right people for you to collaborate with and expand your audience. So really excited to give you a little bit of a teaser of different ways you may be able to collaborate with others inside the direct sales industry. And, you know, I've shared a lot here on the podcast about some of the shifts that we've seen, some of the ways the industry has changed, especially if you are part of a party plan company where for so long we were so reliant on Facebook parties happening and groups on Facebook to create community and create connection and build from there. And the landscape of social media has changed quite a bit, as well as the way people are hanging out on social media. So as we're getting creative and we're thinking outside the box, this is something we covered in Party Like It's 2025 earlier this year, is that we really need to think of our hosts as collaboration partners. And we also really need to be looking at who's in our network that we can collaborate with to reach the audiences that we need to be seen in. So what I mean by that is if I'm partnering up with ScentShare, they're a perfect partner for me because our audiences overlap. We're reaching solopreneurs, social sellers, we're reaching direct sellers. That is a perfect partnership. I'm partnering up with others as we're launching Oh My High because they have communities and niches that need this tool. And by collaborating with them, I'm opening up access to that network. And in return, they are making a commission on our Oh My High affiliate program, which, by the way, if you've been looking into Oh My High, tomorrow we have our workshop on how to build a website that works for you while you sleep. So definitely go take a peek at that. It's happening April 30th, 9 a.m. You can get all the details at ohmyhigh.com/workshop. But let's get back on track here. Let's talk collaboration and partnerships, because I think one of the beauty of direct sales is that we really thrive on building relationships, not just with our customers or our team or our hosts, but how many of you have done a booth event and you become biz besties with the person that has the booth next to you, right? We are people. We like to be belly to belly connecting with others. And while we can't always be doing that in person, in the online space, we have tons of opportunity to get in front of new people and collaborate. So today I'm going to share with you 7 ways that you can collaborate with others in the direct sales space. And I've seen this in action so much over the last, I'd say 6 to 12 months. I mean, there's always been collaboration happening inside our Modern Direct Seller community. But more recently, I think we've doubled down on this strategy because we know that some of the traditional strategies, like having a Facebook party where you have a host and they invite their friends and you open up that network, they're not landing like they used to. So leaning into our network and our connections and collaborating and finding a good partnership with others that share a similar audience is just a really great way to grow your visibility. So if this is not something you are already doing, I want to challenge you here in the month of May. May you collaborate? Yes, please do so. And steal some of these ideas and implement them and see what happens, right? So as you're trying to find a collaboration partner, Couple things to consider, right? Nobody wants to be part of that bad group project. I remember flashbacks to mostly high school, but even a little in grad school, being assigned a team to work on, and then you got one person not pulling their weight. We've all been there before. So a collaboration is great to do with somebody that you've already built that know, like, trust factor with. You've seen how they run their business with integrity. You like the way that they offer their products. You like how they show up online. There's something that you're seeing in them that you're like, okay, I'd put this person in front of my audience, and I'd love to get in front of the audience that they've built too. So think about your collaboration partners, and sometimes that takes a little bit of vetting or a little bit of conversation. It might be grabbing a 15-minute coffee chat just to getting to know somebody and learning a little bit more about their business and what their vibe is like to see if it's a fit for you. Or maybe it's somebody that's been in your network all along that you've just been a little chicken to ask, hey, how could we partner up together? How could we work together? So finding the right collaboration partner is going to be really, really important. And then being very clear on how you are going to successfully collaborate. And sometimes we need to kind of spell it out. So we don't necessarily need like a huge project plan or a signed contract or anything like that, but getting clear on who's doing what and what the expectations are for each other is going to set you up for a successful partnership. So that might just mean like, I'm going to set up the live video, and you are going to create the graphic that we're going to use to co-promote it to our audiences. And then we are both going to go out and promote it on all of our platforms at least 3 times in the next week. And we're each going to send one email out, and then we're going to do this live event together. Following me on that? So it's very clearly delineated on who's doing what and when, and it feels like a fair partnership, right? I usually recommend you try to collaborate with somebody that has a similar size business as you. Sometimes you're going to run into cases where you're maybe a little bit of a small fish in a big pond, and that's great. That's great for exposure, but you want to make sure that you can also kind of return that favor and promote something in a big way. So an example of that is I recently participated in a Pot of Gold, which was a fun collaboration through our Mixermind group that I'm a part of, and our opt-in and our freebie was for Oh My High. So our goal was to add people to our list for Oh My High when people downloaded this particular tool. And rather than me sharing everyone else's tool with our small email list for Oh My High, we went ahead and we shared that with our entire Modern Direct Seller list because I wanted my collaboration partners to get max visibility. And I know that they would do that if we shared it on that side of the business. So when you're leaning into a partnership or a collaboration, lean into being extra generous with how you're showing up and how you're connecting. I really think that you're going to see that pay off in a big way. I'll never forget my good friend Jen. She was like an all-star entrepreneur. She had her own brewery at like such a young age and just did incredible things. And I remember her sharing with me that anytime when asked for donations, like she would donate beer for whatever it was, because that was part of her collaboration strategy, like a give first. Obviously we want some profit in there too, but knowing that like that's going to come back to you tenfold. And I just think that that approach when you're working with a collaboration or a partnership with someone is super important. So just kind of setting the lay of the land here as you're thinking about collaboration, make sure you find the right people, make sure you set those expectations, and then give generously with your time, with your effort. I promise it will come back to you. So let's dive into it. You know, I think sometimes when we're doing business alone or inside our direct sales bubble of just our team or just the direct sales company we're aligned with, it can feel a little lonely. And sometimes we don't see the magic that can happen when we get outside of our bubble. So I want to encourage you to just give this a shot and see what it looks like for you. So number one, I love this idea of doing some pop-up events together. How often are you thinking, my calendar's a little empty, don't have a lot going on, but I know I need to kind of strum up some business here. How am I going to do that? A pop-up event is a great way to do it. And what I mean by a pop-up event is that you are bringing together yourself and maybe a couple other vendors, maybe even just one, and you're co-hosting a pop-up event together. So this could be like a themed event for, Mother's Day coming up, or dads and grads for June, or get fit and ready for summer. So many different themes that you can do this time of year. That would be a ton of fun. Or it could just be a really simple open house. Come over for a girls' night. Come over for a sip and shop. Let's hang out. So you can definitely do this in person with anyone local that you like collaborating with. But this is also a great one that you can do virtual, right? It doesn't have to be in person, or maybe it's a hybrid of both, but you each need to bring a unique product to the table. And when I say unique, I mean that we don't want it to be a conflicting product or a competitive product. Like if you sell skincare, don't bring in your skincare bestie, right? If you sell skincare, bring in someone else that has a product that's totally different, but you have the same audience, right? So you can be strategic and smart about this. I've seen this done with Lemongrass Spa and Tastefully Simple. They did charcuterie boards and they did face masks together, right? So you can bring together different products in a fun way when you have that common audience that you're sharing the event with. So the idea here is that you want to complement the product that they have to offer, not compete with it. Okay, so that's idea one, is planning a pop-up with another direct seller or even a small business owner. It can be beyond direct sales as well. Number two is a fun one. We've done this before. It's been a little while, but we've done some collaborative giveaways. We did like the ultimate direct sales giveaway, and we gave away a year of ScentShare, a year of Project Broadcast, a year of the Modern Direct Seller Academy. We had a really fun collaboration where we were able to bring in new leads for all of us as people were entering the giveaway, and exposure to our brand. So if they had never heard of me over there, they might have never heard of that tool over there. It was a great way to grow our email list, expand our reach, and do a fun giveaway. Now, make sure that this is within your policies and procedures. I know some direct sales companies have some rules about giveaways and promotions. So just make sure that you're always, above the line, doing things how you're supposed to do it for your business. Okay. Number three, I think this is a really fun one too. This is a guest spot swap. It's a little bit of a tongue twister there, but the idea here is that you can go live together. You could co-create or collaborate on a reel together. You could write a blog post or feature someone in your email list. So this is a lot of fun. It could kind of add some variety to your content if people, are always hearing you talk about one thing. It's a great way to bring in some fresh energy and introduce some new faces, but you're kind of vouching for your guest. It's like when we have a guest here on the podcast. If you hear me talk about that guest, I'm like, oh yeah, Krista Dempster. She's cool. You're going to go check out what Krista has to offer, right? So when we're thinking about guests or swaps, right, you're vouching for that other person, and your audience is going to go check them out. So when you have the opportunity to be a guest somewhere else, my recommendation is, to treat those people like they've never heard of your brand before. So you're going to have to kind of get back to the basics with them, but you also want to have a very clear call to action or next step. Go fill out this form and I'll send you a free sample. Are you interested? Complete this quick thing and I will send you a catalog. Text me this keyword and you'll be in for my recipe club, right? Okay, you're on my email list. Great, click here and I'm going to send you my spring gift guide. So you have lots of different calls to action that you can have, but you just want to be really clear on what you want that audience to do next to continue to follow you, because this is just kind of a pop-in, right? It's a quick guest spot in another person's community, whether that's their virtual community over email, their Facebook group, their Instagram feed. A blog post is another one. A blog post will live on for much longer. Same with a YouTube video that might kind of grow in visibility over time. But even if it's a simple live, like I'm going to go take over your group, you're going to go take over my group, or we're going to do a series of stories together on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and we're going to co-promote each other, right? So this is a great one. It's really easy to do, but have that clear call to action so you can collect those leads, begin to nurture those leads, and move them into actually becoming customers as well. So this is a really fun one, and it also is going to allow you to work a little bit smarter, not harder, because when you have a guest coming in and helping fill some of those content gaps you have all of a sudden your workload just got a little bit lighter. So definitely a guest swap is a fun one in so many different places. So another idea for you, number 4, this would be an email list feature. So if you're doing any kind of email marketing and your collaboration partner also has an email list, this is a super easy one to pull off. If they have a freebie, promote their freebie for them, right? It could be a PS, I love my biz friend, check out her free skincare quiz. I think you'll love it. Or, oh, thanks so much for checking out my newsletter today. Here's some things that I'm loving. I love my Scentsy warmers and you will never believe the next one that they just released. You got to go check out what dropped this week. Click here and you'll get the full guide. Right? And you're sending people their way. So this is a great one to kind of, dabble into collaborating without doing a full partnership or promo together, but you can at least kind of like dip your foot into the collaboration area and see, okay, how does this feel? Did we get some good leads from this? Did this feel like the right vibe? Maybe before or as a teaser of doing something that might be a little bit more grand or big. Okay. All right. Number 5. I love this one also. I love all of these. I love all these collaboration strategies, but this one's co-hosting a live or doing a demo together. So I'm doing this with some of my collaboration partners with Oh My High. We're not doing like a full-blown, huge launch, pre-recorded webinar, 17 email sequence. We're doing a Q&A. So I'm popping in to their community. We have a simple Zoom link set up. Ask me anything about creating your own website and how to get visibility online. So of course, getting ready for it, we're collecting questions in advance. We're jotting down some questions just so we have some good feeder content. But my friend Annie and I are just gonna have a great casual conversation on Zoom. This doesn't have to be super fancy or buttoned up, but we're inviting people to come check it out. We're gonna share a little demo with them. So especially if you have a product that you can show, this is a perfect one to show product how-tos, how something works, something they can't live without. Maybe it's a kitchen hack, maybe it's a skincare shortcut, different things like that. But even just keeping it a casual Q&A is going to be a great strategy. And if you're one of those people that you're like, oh, I hate going live, I don't like going live, or I can't possibly talk for a full 20 minutes all by myself, Q&A makes it feel so much more natural, right? It doesn't feel awkward. You're able to kind of just chit chat it out. It's fun. It's lighthearted. You can feed off of each other's energy, and it can double your engagement when you have 2 of you there, right? You got your audience engaging and you have their audience engaging. So be sure, again, you tell people where to find you, where to connect with you, what that clear call to action is at the end, so you can move those leads into new customers over time. All right, here's another one for you. This one is a little bit more on the educational side. So I'm calling this like a mini collab. This might be where you are doing some kind of workshop. I'm seeing a lot of direct sellers kind of pivoting from parties, moving into educational workshops. Let me show you how to swap out your current makeup for clean makeup. Let me show you how to meal prep and make dinner in 10 minutes or less. Let me show you how to style your jewelry to feel elevated every day, right? So whatever that might be for you, it can be a quick mini workshop, a quick tip, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I love a good Tip Tuesday. Some of you hear me talk about Tip Tuesday in my community, but this is a great one. And especially if it's seasonal or relevant to what they need right now, like here's a quick 5 to 10 minute beauty tip to make sure that you're feeling tan and glowy year round, right? Okay, perfect. Here's a quick 5 to 10 minute tip on how to pack for that trip, or what to do when you get the worst headache in the middle of the day and got to get through. This is my go-to oils for that, or my favorite magnesium stick for that, right? Whatever that might be. So a mini training collab is a great way for you to lead with value. That's what you're doing here. You're coming in as the expert with credibility, you're leading with value, and you're sharing just a quick 5 to 10 minute tip to help that community learn how to do something. So this is a great way to collab, and then you can invite your guests to come in to your community and offer a similar type tip. So gives major value, leads with value, and introduces yourself really as a credible expert on the topic that you're delivering on. Okay, number 7, this is a fun one too. So a swag bag or sample swap. That's really a tongue twister. So if you're doing any in-person events or if you're shipping out packages, add some samples in from your biz bestie. Why not, right? If you're shipping an order out to someone and you want to give them a sample from one of your friends, toss that in. And if they can do the same for you, it goes both ways. How perfect is that? If you're doing things in person, you can drop their business card in or a little flyer in or a freebie from them. This is perfect if you have samples that you're able to share, and a great way to get their products in front of your people and vice versa. So it's super sweet, super simple, super smart cross promotion. So there you have it. Just to recap, let me give them to you real quick. The 7 ideas that you can do as a direct seller to collaborate with others. First one was pop-up events together. The second one was a collaborative giveaway. The third one is a guest spot swap. The fourth one is an email list feature or sharing a freebie in that email. The fifth is hosting a live or a demo together. The sixth is building on that, again, with value added, showing people how to do something, a mini training collaboration. And number 7 is that swag bag or sample bag. So I'd love to encourage you to take some action from these. Pick one of these to try this week. Tag your biz bestie on how to team up on that. And then I would love to hear from you. So slide into my DMs over at Modern Direct Seller over on Instagram. Tell me your fave idea, or maybe you want to collaborate with me. Maybe there's an opportunity for us to collaborate. Let's see if there's some commonality in our audiences or a way to support each other. I would love to see what you're doing. And I'm excited for the next couple of podcast episodes. I have some really fun ones planned, but we're also going to feature some collabs that have happened inside the Academy and how different pods or groups have come together. We have some that call each other the Core Four. We have some that are co-hosting a podcast together. We have groups that have co-created gift guides together or taken people into each of their Facebook groups or on a landing page to opt in to get a sample or a freebie. Just some really, really cool ways that we've seen collaboration happen inside the Academy, and I want that for you. So join us this month in the Academy. The challenge is May I Collaborate here in May. We would love to match you up, connect you with others. We have almost 600 incredible direct sellers that are part of our community that would, all that's missing is you. So come join us over there and we'll find a way to connect you in with some new faces where you might be able to share an audience and get in front of some new people with a collaboration here this month in May. So if you want more details, pop on over moderndirectseller.com/May, and that will also unlock a coupon code for you to hop into the Modern Direct Seller Academy for just $15 for the month of May, which we're really excited to offer to boost up collaboration, boost up visibility, help you get seen, help you get some new leads, and maybe do it in a creative and different way than you have in the past. So with that said, I hope you have a wonderful day today. Thanks for being here with me on the podcast. I can't wait to watch you finish April strong and kick off May with us inside May I Collaborate. I will see all of you then. Bye, my friends. This episode is sponsored by CintShare. CintShare is the #1 social media scheduler for direct sellers and loved by creators in any industry. It's truly your one-stop shop for all things social. Join hundreds of thousands of social sellers and entrepreneurs who turn to CintShare for free social media training and resources. Get started today with your free 30-day trial at moderndirectseller.com/CintShare.